Welcome to the Mindset Chick podcast. If you are looking to stop settling and want to gain the clarity and confidence to manifest the life and biz of your dreams, then this show is for you. I'm your host, Kristi Deer, sharing with you simple yet powerful and effective mindset tips that will allow you to attract more abundance, prosperity, and success into your life. So get ready, get excited, and let's go manifest some amazing things together. Hey, and welcome back to the Mindset Chick podcast. I'm so happy to have you here today. Today, we're going to be talking about affirmations. What are they and why they're important and how to say them correctly. And yes, there's a correct way to say affirmations. You can say affirmations that can actually block your manifestation. They can actually energetically push things away, or you can say affirmations that are going to allow your goals to manifest. They're going to draw in more of that abundance, more of the synchronicities, more of the, energetic alignment, more of the belief that it's possible. So I'm going to give you a really cool affirmation to say around your goal today and just share with you why it's so important to say affirmations. And here's another thing. Sometimes when we think of affirmations, we think of something funny, like the funny movie where, people go into the mirror and they're like, I am smart, I am smart, I am funny, I am smart, I am funny. Oh, and it's kind of silly because, if you're not used to it, you're going around, maybe looking at yourself in the mirror or talking to yourself and you're like, I'm smart, I'm successful, I'm worthy. And it might feel kind of awkward, talking to yourself like that. But here's the thing. We're already talking to ourselves all day long. And like I mentioned before in a past episode, we have roughly around 60,000 thoughts a day. And did you guys know that on average, those thoughts can be about 80% negative? Yeah. And 95% are exactly the same repetitive thoughts as the day before and the day before and the day before. And 80% being negative. So that's what research has proven. So unless we, get a handle on it and do some of the stuff that we've been learning, like noping anything that doesn't serve us and start shifting our mind into where we're going and not where we've been and getting really excited, waking up, doing the magic 5 and getting in alignment and speaking our goals and saying them and visualizing them. And now, adding that affirmation with it, it's just going to, retrain your brain even faster to not be in the average of 80% negative thoughts and 95% on repeat, right? Because the thoughts that you've had, over and over and over, that becomes your true core belief and that becomes your reality, like we've been talking about, right? So everything in your reality that you see right now is from past thoughts and actions and behaviors and things that led up to now. So if you want a different future, what do you have to do? You have to think differently. You have to speak differently. You have to be excited about where you're going, visualize all those things. So if we have roughly 60,000 thoughts a day, we are talking to ourselves, right? What are we going to do tomorrow? What are we going to eat for lunch? What am I going to do tonight? What am I going to do next week? We can also say things to ourselves like, gosh, why did you say that? Why did you do that? Gosh, you're so stupid. Or you're not smart, or you're not that loving, you're not that kind. So we can have those thoughts speaking to ourselves that aren't very kind and aren't very nice. So in a sense, we are doing affirmations all day long, right? We're basically saying, I am this, I am this. We look in the mirror and we judge ourselves. We do. We look at ourselves and we judge our appearance and we say like, most of the time, maybe when you look in the mirror, hopefully you say something very positive about yourself. But a lot of times people can look in the mirror and, kind of judge themselves like, oh, look at this wrinkle, or look at this hair, or man, look at this belly, look at this fat roll, look at this thighs, or whatever it is, right? And so we're like affirming who we are. Are we fit? Are we healthy? Are we overweight? Are we ugly? Are we pretty? We're affirming that every time we talk to ourselves, like constantly over and over and over. And once again, we can be affirming things like the average is 95% people having the same thoughts repetitive thoughts from the previous day and the previous day, the previous day. I mean, this could be years. So your belief about yourself is made up of your thoughts and the way you speak to yourself, right? So we are just affirming by talking like that, who we are, who we are, who we are, who we are. And if you're not building yourself up when you're looking in the mirror or talking to yourself, then what are you doing? You're in turn, breaking yourself down. Maybe you don't even realize that you're doing it. And once again, you're like, man, I really want to be full of life. I want to be successful. I want to be funny. I want to be liked. I want to have more money. Then maybe you're looking in the mirror or, you're driving your car and you're having all these thoughts and you're thinking about, oh, you're not this, you're not that. If you were just skinnier, if you were prettier, if you were more handsome, if you were funnier, if you didn't say that thing the other day that made you sound so silly, if you didn't trip up the stairs, who's ever done that? Not me. Just kidding. But you're beating up on yourself. So you're affirming who you are. So what if you could change that? What if you started getting in the habit of saying things like, I am funny. I am smart. I am successful. I am rich. Rich. And remember, rich doesn't just mean money. Rich is rich in freedom, rich in love, rich in joy, rich in abundance, rich in blessings, right? So I love to use the term rich, like creating a rich life. What does that look like, right? I am rich. I am rich. I am smart. I am handsome. I am pretty. So what if you were to say those things to yourself? You woke up in the morning and you looked in the mirror and you're brushing your teeth, and instead of going, maybe talking about all the stuff you have to, in your head, thinking about what you have to do today and all the stressors, all the worry, or how you wish you were that, or you wish you were this. What if you looked in the mirror and said, I am so grateful and thankful for the person that you are and the person you're becoming. I am so grateful and thankful for this body allowing me to get up in the morning and brush my teeth and being able to have the thoughts that are going to get me through the day. I am so grateful and thankful that I woke up this morning. I am so grateful and thankful for the running water. I am happy, abundant, successful. I am feeling great today. I am doing the best I can with what I have. Every day is getting better and better. Think about if you woke up and talked to yourself like that. I mean, you think you'd have a more maybe productive day or, happier day? Probably, right? And so with affirmations, it's a great thing to get in the habit of speaking to yourself differently by affirming, things differently. Affirming and getting that on repeat and getting out of that average of repetitive thoughts that don't serve you and that 80% are negative. I mean, wouldn't that be cool if you were not the average and it's the majority of your thoughts were positive about yourself, about the world around you, optimistic. When you face a challenge or a struggle, you could take that and say, that's interesting. That's an interesting point of view, or that's interesting that that's happening. But how could I see this in a positive light? How could I turn this around, right? That'd be cool. And think about if everybody did that, if everybody looked at a situation like that, right? So what I want to encourage you to do is I'm going to give you this affirmation. What I would love to encourage you to do is get some sticky notes and write this affirmation down where you can see it. Put it on your bathroom mirror, put it on your refrigerator, put it maybe in your car, maybe put it even in your wallet when you open your wallet, but just everywhere. I have in my office a big whiteboard that's right in front of me. And I have a lot of my goals on there. And one of the things that I have up there is I say, I am blessed. I'd say nothing can defeat me. And then I have one of my favorite sayings. I says, God is within her. She will not fall. I actually even have that as a tattoo on my arm. So, looking at this every day and building myself up, put that all over my whiteboard. But I have affirmations all over my house. And I've encouraged my children to have that too, on their bathroom mirror, on their walls, just that reminder that what you're affirming, not beating up on yourself, not where you've been, not the mistakes, not the struggle, Because I truly believe that our outward appearance is not really who we are. We are this, beautiful being of light that came here to do great things. And we can add all this junk to ourselves by what we tell ourselves, by what other people tell us, by criticizing ourselves, looking in the mirror, maybe comparing our bodies or where we are in our life to other people. And I'm going to do a whole podcast on comparison-itis in my next series, clearing out the junk. But that's a huge one, right? But we can get caught up in that. And then, so we may, be doing the morning mindset routine. We're doing the visualization. We're doing the Magic 5. We've got the reminder in our phone. We're noping, those thoughts that are coming through. But then during the day, we find ourselves looking in the mirror or talking to ourselves saying, I am this, I am that. I shouldn't have messed up. I should have been better at this. I should have got better grades in school. I should have, done things differently here. I'm not fit. I'm not healthy, whatever it is, right? So it's like, we want to get everything in alignment, and we don't have to be perfect. Okay. You don't have to be perfect. There's going to be some times where maybe you're like, oh, why did you do that? And you're going to be upset with yourself. Okay. But not getting attached to that story. And in the next series, clearing out the junk that I have for you, we will be talking about, how to really dive deep and clear out those stories and stuff so they don't pop up as much. But right now, just, take it with a grain of salt, saying, I don't have to attach to that story. Like, oh, I can be, frustrated with myself, but I can let that go. I'm going to choose to let that go. I'm going to affirm, who I truly am, I'm not broken. I'm not stupid that somebody told me I was. I don't have to believe that story. I don't have to identify with that person. I can start choosing to leave that in my past, because obviously it's not serving me. I mean, is that making you feel good? If it's not making you feel good, don't do it, right? If you're driving around beating yourself up all day, looking in the mirror, talking about all the problems with your body, it's probably going to make you feel like crap. Don't do it. That doesn't sound fun, right? And then it's really, it's really hard to lift other people up, and it's really hard to shine your light and be that blessing in other people's lives. If you're beating up on yourself all the time and you don't feel like you're great, probably not going to be in a good mood. You're probably going to be cranky with other people. You're probably going to be cranky at, maybe the world. And then, secretly compare yourself to people when they're talking. You're like, oh, I wish I looked like him or her, blah, blah, blah. I wish I had more time. I wish I had this. And then it's just going to mess up all the manifestation mojo, all that energy. So getting in alignment with your affirmations, how you speak to yourself, how you talk to yourself, be mindful of that. So here's an affirmation I wrote down, and I would encourage you to write this down, but write it down. I wrote it on a sticky note, but put up one, like I said, on your fridge, maybe in your car, on your bathroom mirror, like tons of places. So it says, I am a magnificent manifester. I now draw into my life, and then I'm going to use the blank for you to pick your goal. Okay. Put your goal right there. And then you say, I appreciate and give thanks that it's on its way to me. So here it is again. I am a magnificent manifester. I now draw into my life. You write down what you are desiring to manifest. I appreciate and give thanks that it's on its way to me. So think about if you were saying that all day long about your goal. You're changing your tune. You've got your reminder set, you're doing the Magic 5, you're visualizing, and now throughout the day, you've got that reminder and that affirmation that you're doing. And you're building yourself up. And you're remembering to nope any of the affirmations, the beating up on yourself. You're remembering to nope that and choosing to change it into something that's going to serve you better. Okay? That's going to build you up, that's going to allow your goals to manifest more quickly, to give you more positive energy. And that's a cool thing to be like, yeah, that's right. I am magnificent manifester. Like, duh, I can manifest that. I can do this. I can reach that goal. I mean, it just feels so much better. And it's going to allow you to attract things faster in your life when you do that. So I can't wait to hear how saying this affirmation is changing your life. I would love to hear from you about everything that you've started to do along this process, the reminder, the nope in, the Magic 5, really getting into the visualization. And then the affirmations. So feel free to reach out with any feedback, any stories that you might have about how things are starting to shift in your life, even if you're just feeling better, because that's an accomplishment too. Just feeling better, feeling like, wow, my goals can come true. I'm feeling better. I'm feeling more optimistic about my future. I'm feeling more optimistic about my life. I'm feeling more joy in my life. That's an accomplishment, and that's something to be celebrated. So feel free to reach out. I love hearing your stories. And next week, we're going to dive in a little deeper about goal setting and talk about how to create a vision board. Okay. So this is also one of my favorite things, lots of favorite things when it has to do with mindset. That's why they call me the mindset chick, but how to create a vision board. So we're going to go into that. And then there's a little tip on there I think that you guys might think is really cool. I'm also going to share with you how to create a vision board that you can take everywhere with you so that you see it all the time. So super cool. And that one's really easy to create. So join me next episode as I dive into that. And remember, friend, to dream big, follow your heart, and never give up on you because you're worth it. Thank you for joining me today on the Mindset Chick podcast. I hope this show has you waking up every morning excited about the new manifestations you have created in your life. And if you would honor me with a 5-star review over in iTunes, I will happily enter your name in my Mindset Chick swag giveaway. Make sure you add your name to the review and I will reach out to you if you're the winner. I really appreciate you spending your time with me. Be sure to visit me at mindsetchick.com for past episodes and more gifts that will help you to manifest your dreams into reality.